Hey guys, John here with RealTruck.com, and today I want to show you how to install the Truxedo TonneuMate toolbox on this GMC Sierra. Alright guys, you can see here we've got our TonneuMate toolbox out of the box, and it comes with everything you need to put this on the truck. It comes pretty much assembled with the exception of just attaching our rails to our truck box so that we can install this in there. So let's get this on the truck. All right, before we get this up into the truck, the next thing we're going to do is attach our mounting arms. And what we're going to do is, you can see here how it's got these channels. We're going to slide this in. Now make sure when you do this that you have this part facing the box, so that way it'll slide over the square head bolt on both sides. And make sure that when you do that, that the wing part of this is facing towards the inside of the toolbox area, so that way it all attaches properly. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and it will slide in just the same way as the other side did. Yep, there we go. And then we'll do the ones on the back, and then we'll be ready to get up into the truck and attach our rails. So we have our mounting slide brackets on our box. The next thing we're going to do is attach our rails. Now, you would have seen when I was showing you guys all the stuff that came with, there was a couple of rubber seals that would go on here. If you didn't already have a tonneau cover on here, you could actually install this box and just use those rubber seals. But since we do, we don't have to worry about that, but we do need to remove our clamp from our rail, because we're going to mount our box all the way up here in the front. Now, one of the really neat things about this TonneuMate toolbox is that because of this design, you can mount this toolbox anywhere you want along your bed rail in your truck. You can go all the way to the front, center, or in the back, just depending on what's going to work best for you. But we're going to mount this one up here in the front, so that way we can maximize our bed space. And we'll put that up here. We'll take our clamp and reattach our clamp. So we have this up here in place. Just going to snug that one a little bit. Don't want to tighten it up quite yet. And make sure we have this all set where we want it. Now, here's a really neat part of this, guys, is that because you're installing this box in here and it comes with these two clamps to hold your rail on, you get an extra clamp to hold your tonneau cover rail as well. So, a little bonus. All right, that's exactly where we want it to be, so I'm going to tighten this down now. And then I'm going to jump over and do the one on the other side and line it up in the same spot. It's going to attach exactly the same way as this one did. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our locking nuts, our washer, and our square-headed bolt. We're just going to put those together, just start the nuts on them, and then we're going to slide these onto the sides of our hanger rails and move them to the center. And do that on both sides. Okay, once those are done, then we can take our box, and we're going to bring it into the truck here. And then first we're going to take this side and set it up on here. Get it up in place. Okay, and once we do that, then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. What we're going to do then is we're going to set those in there, and those are going to go in and match up with our bolts that we just installed. We make sure that the top part of this hanger is actually on the top rung here, so that way we get it in the right spot, and then the bottom one will set down on the bottom rail, and that's going to keep it hooked in place. So we got that one, we got this side. Let me get this back one here. Now, once we have those all hanging up on there like we want them to, then we need to center our box. And then we just do that just by sliding it over and center it in place. And then we're going to make sure that we've got everything set in place where it's going to go, lined up. Make sure that the backs of your brackets are not sticking off the ends of your hangers. And then we're going to open the box up, make sure we have plenty of clearance. We do. Awesome. So at this point then, we're going to take those bolts that we just slid into the rails and we're going to slide them over. Make sure that the washer is over the top. We're going to put those right into those notches that are on those hanger brackets. Might have to loosen it up just a little bit here. Once you have that slid into that cutout notch, you can go ahead and tighten that one down. And we're just going to go through and we'll do all 4 of them the same way. And then there's one more thing we have to do before we can call this thing installed, and I'll show you guys what that is here in just a minute. All right, so we've got everything attached for our hangers. Now what we need to do is there's 4 lock nuts on the insides of our box, 1 in each of the 4 corners, and those are those square-headed ones that we slid our slide brackets over top of. We need to tighten those up, and that'll keep this box in place so that it doesn't move back and forth from side to side in here. So we want to get those all tightened up now. All right, guys, we've got it all tightened down. Everything's in place, ready to go. Now, one of the really neat things to keep in mind is that because of the way this is designed, if you ever get into a situation where you need to have your whole truck box, it's very simple to remove this. Just loosen up those 4 bolts that hold those slide brackets on. You can slide those back, lift them out, and you can take this box right out of here. And as you guys can see, this thing has a really nice seal on it, so you don't have to worry about water and stuff getting in your tools or whatever. And the really awesome part is that it also has a key lock, so that you can lock this up and keep it secure. Roll your tonneau out over top of it. It'll also work with trifold and bifold style tonneau covers as well, and nobody will even know it's here. So there you have it, guys. That's how quick and easy it is to install the Truxedo TonneauMate toolbox into your truck. So remember, until next time, happy motoring.